good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking time out for Q2 FY2019 conference call of PPAP Automotive Limited. As with us, Mr. Abhishek Jain, CEO and MD of the company, and Mr. Manish Dhariwal, Chief Financial Officer. We will begin the call with opening remarks by Mr. Jain, and then we will have a Q&A session. I would just like to point out that certain statements in today's call would be forward-looking, and we have already put a disclaimer at the end of the presentation. So I would like to hand over the conference call to Mr. Jain. Sir, you can start.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you, Ali. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you, and thank you for joining us to discuss the operating and financial results for Quarter 2 and the first half of financial year ending 2019 of our company, PPAP Automotive Limited. I am pleased to share with you that we have continued to outperform the industry growth, and we have been able to sustain the margins during the period under review. I will begin today with a brief about the company, and then we will look forward to taking your questions and your suggestions. PPAP manufactures polymer extrusion-based automotive sealing systems, interior and exterior automotive injection molded products in India. The company started its production by supplying parts to Maruti in the year 1985, with the state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities spread across India with plants located in UP, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, and Gujarat. PPAP has grown its geographical presence strategically over the years. Through our various facilities, today we manufacture over 500 different SKUs and ship over 150,000 parts every day to our customers who are located pan-India. Our target is to achieve zero defect in quality and zero defect in delivery for all our customers. Our customers include some of the largest OEMs in India like Maruti Suzuki, Honda Cars, Toyota, Nissan, Tata Motors, Isuzu Motors, SML Isuzu, Honda Motorcycles, Suzuki Motorcycles, and their Tier 1 suppliers. We are developing strong relationships with our recently added customer Hyundai and are in the process of developing parts for their models. For MG Motors, we have started the development of parts as well. The company derives 96% of its revenues from the passenger car segment. 10% of what we produce is exported by our customers as part of their CKD kits to countries like Japan, Europe, Mexico, Venezuela, and others. 21% of our sales are from models that have been launched in the past 1 year. We continue our efforts to add new customers as well as provide value-added products and services to our customers across various segments. Now I will take a brief moment to introduce our management. The company is led by Mr. Ajay Kumar Jain, who is the Chairman and the Managing Director. He is also the President of Toyota Supplier Association as well as a Director in ACMA. I am an industrial engineer and I have been a part of PPAP for past 14 years, and I sit on the Executive Committee of Honda Supplier Association as well as on ACMA. In 2014, we established an equal equity joint venture with the company called PPAP Tokai India Rubber Private Limited, or PTI in short, with one of our Japanese technology partners, Tokai Kogyo. With this in place, PPAP and PTI together cater to the consolidated requirements of sealing systems for all the customers, giving the company a strategic advantage of being a one-stop shop for all sealing systems. Our other technology collaboration is with Nissan Chemetech Corporation for interior and exterior injection molded products. We continue our focus on core competency, built-in quality to achieve high standards of product quality as well as cost optimization with a focus on R&D, robust product portfolio, and strong brand and technical partnership with international players. The company is on track to establish its presence in all the major automotive clusters in India and improve the proximity to the customer. We are extensively exploring all strategies which meet our objective of achieving profitable growth. In that direction, we are open to examine any organic as well as technical collaboration or joint venture opportunities that may exist in the product segment that we cater to. Apart from these products, we are also developing assembly components for our customers. These assemblies include instrument panels and complete center console assemblies. We continue our commitment to enhance the value of products that are supplied by us to our customers. To give you a brief overview of the Indian automotive industry, the domestic passenger vehicle segment, as per the official data, has seen a 3.7% year-on-year production growth in the quarter under review. A total of 1.08 million passenger vehicles were produced against 1.04 million in the same period last year. The commercial vehicle production saw a growth of 35.9%, whereas the two-wheeler production was at 6.88 million, which is an increase of 9.7% compared with the same quarter of the previous year. Among all the segments, passenger vehicle segment witnessed most challenging times during the quarter ended September 30. The growth in percentage terms was subdued largely on the impact of macroeconomic factors like rising fuel prices, reduction of disposable income, etc. Now I would like to take you through the financial performance for the quarter under review. The detailed slides have already been shared with you. I request you to kindly refer to them. For the quarter 2 ended financial year 19, our company recorded a revenue from operations of rupees 118.6 crores as compared to 97.5 crores in the corresponding quarter last year, thereby registering a growth of 21.7%. Out of this 118.6 crores total revenue, part sales amounted 108.2 crores and the tool sales contributed 5.2 crores. 5.3 crores in this revenue from operation was accounted by the subsidy which we received from the Rajasthan government for the period starting 1st of July 2017 to September 30, 2018. 96% of the part sales in this quarter was derived from the passenger vehicle segment. Our automotive sealing products are used in the 70% of total passenger vehicles that are produced in the Indian market. Maruti Suzuki, including Suzuki Motor Gujarat, continue to remain PPAP's top customers, accounting for 46% of part sales. The company's second biggest customer, Honda, has contributed 34% to the company's top line of this quarter. Our sales have continued to grow at a higher rate than the industry growth rate. EBITDA was at 24.2 crores compared to 21.0 crores in the corresponding quarter last year, which is up by 14.9%. The material cost has been impacted by the higher material ratio in tool sales, increase in forex rates, and a product mix change. Profit after tax recorded a jump of 25.5% year-on-year and stood at 11.6 crores in the quarter compared to 9.2 crores in the same quarter last year. We recorded a PAT margin of 9.8% in the quarter 2 compared to 9.5% in the previous year same quarter. EPS for this quarter stands at rupees 8.3, which is an increase of 25.5% compared to the same period last year. I will briefly take you through the half-year financial figures as well. The total operational revenue for 6 months for financial year 19 stood at rupees 218.3 crores compared to 179.6 crores in the last year. EBITDA for these 6 months stood at 44 crores compared to 36.7 crores in the previous year. The net profit was at 20.4 crores this year compared to 15.1 crores, which is reflecting an increase of 34.9%. The EPS for the first half stands at 14.6 rupees compared to 10.8 rupees last year. The debt equity ratio of the company as on 30th September 2018 stands at 0.14. We have already done a capex of 26 crores towards the new facility and maintenance of existing facilities. The capacity utilization for the first half stood roughly between 80 to 85% on a company level. As committed earlier, all our capex requirements are being met by internal accruals. During the period under review, the company continues to secure new business from all its customers. The company is currently developing parts for 23 new models that are expected to start production within the next 2 years. I am happy to report to you that we have won the prestigious Best Quality Award from Tata Motors, bearing a testimony to the best practices being followed by us across all our customers and all our functions. This year, we were also awarded from Maruti Suzuki, from Toyota, and from other customers. This is the first time that the company has been awarded from Tata Motors. This brings me to the end of my opening commentary. Now I would like to leave the floor open for questions and suggestions that you may have. Mr. Dhariwal and I will try our best to answer all of them. Over to you, Ali.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on your touchtone phone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Arun Agarwal from Kotak Securities. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So my first question is on the revenues. Now the revenues for this quarter has grown significantly higher than the production growth that we saw for the passenger vehicle segment. Now, could you just help us out how much Honda would have helped you out in this strong growth? Because we believe that we are supplying to Honda Amaze, and that would have been one of the key reasons why the overall revenues would have grown. And apart from that reason, even the other 21% revenues coming from new models, new launches. So could you just throw some more light into those couple of things here?
Mr. Arun, like I explained in the opening commentary, so if you look at the total revenue from operations, that has increased by 21.7%,
right,
which includes the subsidy which we received from the Rajasthan government also.
Okay.
So if you look at only the part sales, the part sales have increased by 12.4%.
Okay. But sir, even there, I mean, it's definitely more than 3 to 4% production growth we saw for the passenger vehicle segment. So I was just trying to understand here how much Honda would have grown on a year-on-year basis for us in this quarter, revenues from Honda.
See, Honda basically launched this new Amaze in the previous quarter.
Right.
So that has a significant impact on the sales.
So if we were to take out that, the additional revenues that we would have had from Amaze, the other businesses would broadly have grown in line with the overall production growth, right? I mean, I was just trying to understand, have we gained some market share in some other businesses over the last 1 year or so?
Hi, Arun.
Yeah, hi, sir.
See, Maruti continues to remain our biggest customer. In fact, we reported that Maruti along with Suzuki Motors Gujarat has contributed close to 47% to the revenue in this quarter.
Right.
Okay, and Honda has contributed 34%.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, this percentage, between Maruti and Honda, it is broadly around the same levels as it has been earlier. And because of the product mix change, because of one model doing better than the other, at times, there's some variation kind of does happen. So the same thing has continued. Okay. Other than that, our new businesses, our new customers have also contributed to this sales growth. And Tata's, I would like to mention, with whom our relationship is now proceeding in a very, very strong manner. And we are now, working with them in all their coming passenger car models is a case in point. And alongside, the two-wheelers and even the trucks, whatever we are doing on the commercial vehicle side is also performing.
Okay, sir. Just another question on this thing. Have you seen any change in the production schedule from any of the passenger vehicle makers in recent months, given that there has been slowdown in the sales? So have we seen any such trend there?
See, as of now, we have not received any official information for any production number cut from any of our customers.
Okay.
So things are still looking, official communication there is still not there, but I think there are indications that because of this rising fuel prices and the stock market, which has not been able to perform recently, there's a severe liquidity crunch and sentiments are quite negative.
Okay.
But the OEMs are finding it a little difficult to sell their vehicles, but they are making their best efforts. So I think it's still too early to say what is the final impact on the industry.
Right. So on the raw material cost, we see that the gross margins in this quarter has come down both YY and sequentially. Now I believe that that's largely to with the rise in input cost. So sir, we do have some part of our portion where we do not have pass-through contract with the clients. So how do you see the raw material prices, the gross margins or the raw mat cost, impacting in coming quarters to you all?
See, Arun, the numbers clearly reflect the kind of operating environment that we are working in, and you are aware that on the forex and on the other increase that we do get from the customer, there at times is a lag.
Right. Okay.
So that obviously plays its role, because the raw material cost that I have paid includes the impact of the increased forex rate.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But my selling price, which has to compensate for this increasing foreign exchange, it comes with a lag.
Yeah. Yes.
So therefore, to that extent, there is that increase in the material cost. So now, alongside the forex rate, even otherwise, the raw material prices have increased a little bit, and the element of that component which is not passed through with the customer is small and not very significant. So that can still be managed.
Okay.
However, having said this, the operating environment is clearly reflecting the increasing cost scenario. It is also reflected in the increasing prices of the diesel, which has its impact on the electricity, on the power cost, on the freight cost. So all those factors are there.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. That's all from my side.
Thank you.
Participants are requested to limit their questions to 2 per participant. Time permitting, you may come back in the queue for a follow-up. The next question is from the line of Swarna Joshi from Axis Securities. Please go ahead.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity, and congrats for reporting a good set of numbers, especially on the margin front, despite having seen raw mat costs going up. So my first question is, like the earlier participant asked, if you could just help us understand within this 34% of Honda contribution, how much would that be from the new Amaze that it would have contributed, or maybe if you could just break up this 21% revenue contribution from new models that were launched in the last 1 year. If you could just highlight which models have contributed in percent terms. So that is my first question. My second question will be on if you could just highlight. You in your opening remarks you mentioned that there have been some mixed changes as well. So if you could just throw some more light on what would that mean. And the third question would be how has our content per vehicle panned out? Has it remained steady or it has improved for the existing customers, and for the new customers like you mentioned for MG Motors and Hyundai, how has that panned out? Are we doing injection molded or are we doing sealing systems over there? So those are my three questions for now.
Okay. Hello, madam. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Good. Okay, now I'll answer the questions one by one. See, your first question was Amaze component. Now, I don't have those figures offhand, but yes, Amaze does contribute, to the total kitty that we have earned from Honda in this quarter. The other models being your WRV, City, which is the BRV, etc. So, because this was around the launch time of Amaze, so it basically gave us good volume.
Sure.
In terms of the 21%, three models were the prime contributors to this. One was the new Swift, then the second was this Amaze, and the third was the Yaris from Toyota. Other than that, there were other businesses that also kind of were there, like the D-Max that was launched by Isuzu Motors, so and so forth. But then, their contribution was not that significant. So amongst the key, these are the three that I've mentioned to you. In terms of the content per vehicle, see, that is certainly on the increase, but then, to give you that price may not be feasible at this point of time. But yes, the business, as is reflected in the numbers, is increasing on a per customer basis, plus the others that are also contributing. So it's a complete mix.
Okay. So just to follow up on...
Sorry?
Sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. MG Motors is injection molding, and Hyundai is all extrusion. That is the automotive sealing components.
Sure. So just to follow up on this content per vehicle, now in the opening remarks, Abhishek sir also mentioned that we have been delivering value-added products, and in the previous Concall also we highlighted that we have got some business on the injection molded side in Maruti. So just wanted to understand over there, how is that shaping up? Are we getting new business in the existing customer besides the models that we were already doing, or is it that we are improvising in the existing product itself?
Suvarnaji, basically what we are trying to do is we are getting away from mold to sold components, and we are trying to get into more assemblies. So mold to sold basically is that you get the mold from the customer, and then you just mold the part and put it in the bin and send it to them. So that is a very low value added and a low margin kind of a business. What our focus is on value added assemblies. So once you mold the component, there are maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 processes which have to be done. You need to do some ultrasonic welding on the parts. You need to put some sort of a cloth on the part or something, a tape or something has to be put, and then that complete assembly goes into the car. So when I was referring to the more value-added products, so SML Isuzu, we developed this complete instrument panel in this last year. So instead of just molding the instrument panel, we are going to assemble the whole panel and give it to them on a turnkey basis, and which is going to get fitted in their vehicle. So similarly, for Maruti also, instead of focusing on mold to sold, now we are getting a lot of interest from Maruti for these complete assembly.
Swarna, just hold on. It seems the line for the management is disconnected. I'll just check. One moment. Participants, you are requested to stay connected while we reconnect the management. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the line for the management reconnected. Swarna, you may want to repeat your question.
Yes, sure.
So let me just complete what we have. So these value-added products that we are referring to are these kind of assemblies. So instrument panel is one assembly which we've developed from SML Isuzu. Now we are promoting it across all the different customers, not only for LCV market, but even for passenger vehicle market. So we are in continuous talks with Maruti now, if they can outsource some sort of a instrument panel to us. Similarly, there is another interest from our customer for the center consoles. So center console complete assembly they want to outsource to a supplier. So we are pitching for that kind of a business with them.
Sure.
So this is the kind of business that we want to get into. We want to stick to our core competence of extrusion process and injection process, but at the same time, getting into more value-added components for the car.
Right, sir, right. So if I may just squeeze in one last final question, have you also supplied anything to the new Hyundai Santro that was launched?
No, not for the new Santro. We are supplying parts for Eon, and within this quarter, we are going to start supplies for another model also.
All right, sir. Thank you so much and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ankit Merchant from SMC Global. Please go ahead.
Congratulations on good set of numbers. My question is related to the demand from customers. Basically, how is it panning out? I understand that most of these OEMs have not really given you the schedule, but any hint or indication which you can provide us with? So that's the first question. I'll just.
Ankitji, like I explained, officially we don't have any information about production cut or anything, but certainly these macroeconomic factors are going to have effect not only on the automotive industry but on the complete Indian economy. So we just have to wait and watch on how things are going to pan out. Especially the festive season has now started. So I think we'll have to wait for the festive season to finish and then look at how things are going in the market.
Sure. And can you just also elaborate your relationship with OEMs? And, again, with OEMs, which particular OEM is more enthusiastic, with working with you on which particular models?
We have a track record of superior performance with all our customers. So we are a preferred supplier for all of them. So there is no, the customers, we've been able to demonstrate our good performance, our good capability in both the extrusion systems also and the injection systems also to all our customers.
Sure, but the thing is, I wanted to understand because this time around Honda Amaze and as you said, the new Swift and also the Yaris has had an impact to your particular growth, coming in. So any particular, another new model where you see the demand is going up from any of the OEMs? This is what I wanted to ask.
So there are a couple of models which will be launched by our customers where we have business. So I think this year Maruti will be launching another couple of models within this financial year. So we've got business for all of them.
Sure. Okay. And can you also, you define your relationship with Tata and which particular models you are doing with Tata, and any chance you are also on with Tata Harrier?
On
the new model which is coming out with of Tata, which is Tata Harrier?
Yes. So we started our relationship with Tata for the Nano project. So that was the first time that we designed the parts for Nano for Tata. So since then, so basically Nano was the first project that we did, and in the last 4 years, we are basically doing all the new projects that are being launched by Tata. So recently, these Tiago was launched, so the sealing system is by us.
Nexon के अंदर भी हम हैं. उसके बाद में उसके पहले Tiago, then Tigor, then उसके पहले Zest, then Bolt. So Tata's now we are there in their passenger car business in a very strong way.
Yes, and for your for Tata, this new model which is expected to come up, yes, we have developed parts for that model as well.
Sure, that's great to know. And again, this could be a little repeating, but your relationship with Hyundai and more color on that related to, is it only limited to one particular model right now, that's Eon?
Currently, we are supplying for Eon, but for another model, things are in pipeline, and supplies should start within this Q3 of this year.
Okay. Just one last question. What is the other component in this revenue, in this quarter revenue? Can you elaborate? Because there's parts, there's tools, and there's also one component which is others.
Yeah. Other revenue, as you mentioned, is the subsidy from the Rajasthan government.
Okay. I missed out on that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Participants are requested to limit their questions to 2 per participant. Time permitting, you may come back in the queue for a follow-up. The next question is from the line of Kalpesh Parekh from Prabhudas Lilladher. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hi. Good afternoon, and very hearty congratulations on good set of numbers. I have a couple of questions. One, basically on this subsidy, what you said from Rajasthan government. Is this like a one-time type of thing, or should we expect there is more to be coming in?
Yeah. Hello, Kalpesh.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. See, this is a continuing feature, and every quarter we are going to be getting this subsidy.
Okay.
It is basically a part refund of the total GST that we are generating for the state.
Okay.
So it is going to be a continuing feature.
Okay.
For a good number of years ahead.
Should get this 5 crore type of numbers, or it can be big?
No. As we mentioned, that this subsidy, the amount of 5 crores is for the period from the time the GST regime started.
Okay.
So, it is to that extent it is one-off. But every quarter now we are going to be getting about a crore plus of the subsidy.
Okay. So this is only restricted to Rajasthan, or can we expect something from Gujarat or some other states as well, or Tamil Nadu or something?
See, now every state has its own policy. So at this point of time, Rajasthan is happening. Gujarat, certainly something will happen, but then it will happen over a period of time. And now the state of Uttar Pradesh had its other policy. They used to give us the interest-free 7-year loan.
Okay.
Yeah, that the loan that we get from PPAP, PICUP, the Pradesh Industrial Corporation of Uttar Pradesh. So every state has its different way. So wherever what is possible, we are securing it.
And secondly, sir, I know previous participants have grilled you on this front on the car industry outlook, and probably you have also said that we are keeping fingers crossed. But frankly, what is your reading for second half? Though we are presuming that we should be slightly cautious. Then should we say that probably normally we have seen that second half is always better for you than to first half. But in this type of year, should we expect the second half to be broadly same, and the upcoming year we should also not expect this type of growth? Is that a right presumption?
Yeah, Kalpesh, Abhishek has thrown good amount of light on this. Now there are two things to it. One is that what the customer has told us so far. Now what my understanding, so that we've already shared with you. I think let's see how this Diwali season kind of finally pans out. So once that is over, then a better understanding of the way things will pan out will emerge. That is one. Second is that, we have to realize that we are in a derived demand scenario. What is our focus is that we should be growing more than the industry, because by steps like taking more business, by getting more customers. So that is what we are actually focusing on, and we are also consistently delivering on. Now, how the passenger car industry kind of pans out is going to be, the ultimate determinant as to what kind of a percentage growth that comes in.
Right.
So, I think I have answered your...
Yeah, everybody is keeping their fingers crossed at this juncture, probably. Because the ground level feed, whatever we are getting, is slightly very, very cautious outlook from even the OE side. So that is the reason I think most of the analysts are also more worried on the same. Good, sir. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Puneet Gulati from HSBC. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good evening and congratulations on good numbers. Just slightly longer term, maybe not, but in 1st April 2020, when India moved to BS6, are you seeing significant change in the way cars are being designed, and is there a positive rub-off on your content post that?
No, our business does not get affected by the kind of fuel that goes into our vehicle.
Yeah.
So even if it is for BS6 or if there's a shift from IC engine to electric engine, so whatever we do is basically it goes in all type of passenger vehicles.
No, so I understand that part. But
yes.
What I also hear is that also a lot of models are being redesigned. Are you seeing any increased content of plastic parts there on that redesigning, or you think that is pretty much business as usual?
So that is pretty much business as usual. There is a lot of work happening on the emission side, and on the catalytic converter side.
Right.
So those kind of businesses are experiencing a big technology change.
Of course. Okay.
Because of this fuel getting changed.
Yeah. Okay. Other than that, what are the new products or business lines you're planning to add?
See, as we've always been reaffirming that we don't want to shift our core competence out of extrusion and injection process.
Okay.
So our core competence will always remain in these areas, and then on top of these basic processes, we are always looking for opportunities for building up more value-added components and more parts which are being imported by the customer right now, or parts which are not being manufactured by us, technologies which are not there existing in India. So that is our primary focus.
So is there a matrix to measure how you've added those parts over the last few years and how you expect those parts to be added?
What we follow is this 4-quadrant approach, and so we're focusing on all the how to enhance existing products for the existing customers, and also develop new products for new customers. Okay. So there's a matrix available which is how we evaluate what we are doing and which quadrant we are actually being able to achieve results and which area are we lagging behind the targets.
Okay, great. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.
And apart from this, Puneetji, what we are doing is we are also continuously realigning our development teams. So engineering team or business development team is being continuously reviewed to focus on these higher value-added products. So that we have a team in place and we have a process in place, and this whatever efforts we are doing, they don't just become a one-off kind of phenomena.
Okay. Yeah. So since you mentioned on the production side, is there also an effort to introduce IoT, more automation, Industry 4.0 in your factories, or is it still some time off, or you're already on your way?
See, our whatever machines we have today, be it in the extrusion process or be it in the injection process, all the machines are data ready. So there is an output which is available in those machines, and some area we are already centralizing that output and analyzing it on a combined basis.
Okay.
So some areas we have the data available, but now we are working on the interface. What we are also doing is we are giving a lot of importance on these business intelligence tools.
Right.
So BI tool is a very important tool for us. So we have developed a BI interface for our human resource systems, our purchasing system, our financial systems. Now we are introducing it in the production to measure productivity and quality and what is the trend coming about.
Okay.
And then apart from this, just last week, we have started implementation of SAP as well. So that should be in place by 1st of April 2019. So this getting on the digital platform is one thing which we are seriously focused on in the last 2 years. So a lot of transformation is going on in the company to make it more digital savvy and to provide everything on a digital platform for all the employees, for all customers. So like we've got a CRM software also in place.
Yeah.
We've got HRMS systems updated now. We've got for this development side, we have product life cycle management done by this team center that has been implemented last year. So a lot of activities are going on in this digitization of the company and making it modern and making it relevant in today's terms, not in the history.
Okay. That's great. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The next question is from the line of Viraj Kacharia from Securities Investment Managers. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, sir. Nikhil Upadhyay in place of Viraj.
Viraj, you're not audible.
Hello. Yeah. Hi, I'm Nikhil in place of Viraj. Congratulations on good set of numbers. Few questions. One is just one clarification. Mr. Dhariwal, you said the subsidy would be 1 crore on an ongoing basis each quarter.
Yeah, on an approximate basis.
Okay.
Yeah. It's about a crore plus on a quarterly basis.
Okay. Secondly, sir, I just want to understand our growth a bit better. So based on what we gave in our presentation, if I map it out over a quarterly basis, for Maruti we've grown by 12% and for Honda we've grown by 9%. I just want to understand that while the production for both Maruti and Honda has been almost flat or has degrown, so is this growth more led by additional demand from the injection molding kind of products which is giving us higher growth, or is it more led by both auto sealing and injection molding?
See, it is being generated by both the divisions, by both the businesses.
because my understanding is that in auto sealing with Maruti, we would be present in most of the brands which Maruti has, and similarly in Honda. So, if their growth in production has single digit or zero, our growth of 12 or 10% can only come if we have gained or added newer models where or newer lines where we were not present.
Yeah, see, it is a fairly sophisticated kind of a situation wherein, like for Maruti alone, we are servicing more than some 20 plus models. Okay, now every month you will know that one model is going up, one model is going down. So the business in each model is not like, exact uniform. So there are differences. So how a typical model performs also has a bearing on what the final number emerges. And in terms of now going forward for each model, we are doing both extrusion as well as injection. So to say that the whole growth is only coming from injection is also not correct, because the model that I'm supplying to is also, I'm also giving extrusion product.
Okay, but a larger part would have come from the injection molding and the because auto sealing, I think we were present almost with all the brands already, and Maruti on the molding side we had just added a year or year and a half back. So that's where I'm trying to understand here.
No, I think, I understand where you're coming from. So only to that, I'm trying to explain that the conclusion that you're drawing may be too simplistic, because which model is going up, because see the way it works is that we are doing close to 150,000 parts a day, and that depends upon the exact request that we get from the customer for which what numbers are to be supplied, and the ultimate sum is what we basically share. So when a typical model is growing up as against any other model, and there if my share of business is a little different, as I'm telling you, is different for each model, so accordingly the number will change.
Okay, fine, got it. And in terms of Hyundai and the new and Tata and some of the newer clients which we have added, so as of now, when we enter a new customer, do we generally start with the auto sealing and then we are getting the injection molding, or the demand is coming from both the segments parallelly?
No, the demand is coming from for both the segments. Like to give you an example, like Hyundai, it is automotive sealing, but this MG Motors, that is injection.
No, where I'm coming from is that auto sealing we are already present as a strong supplier for many years now. And when we say that in Hyundai we are as of now supplying auto sealing, but then there is a larger scope that the injection part can also be sold to the same customer, and that is a larger, so basically we can increase our wallet share with a Hyundai with that same model. So that's where I'm trying to understand that when we are going for a new customer, or is it that we generally break in with the auto sealing and then we look at supplying additional products, or how does it work in terms of...
No, not really. First of all, we are looking at all the opportunities with all the customers. So we present the complete bouquet of parts to them. It's not that we approach only for a single product or a single business segment or something. We basically showcase all the products that are there in the product range. And then based on the customer interest, then we start getting associated with them on whatever parts they want from us. So MG Motors currently was not interested in sourcing of sealing system, They were more interested in sourcing of injection parts because they were having an issue of transportation if they were to import these parts from their existing source. So there we got an opportunity for injection parts. For Hyundai, it was a different scenario. We presented them everything, and they were more interested in developing sealing system from us. So it's not that we go to a customer with a very limited kind of a scope. We present to the customer basically our complete capability that we can offer to the customer and solve their problem. And then based on discussions, then we decide on a mutual beneficial way of working together.
And lastly,
Akhil, I'm sorry to interrupt. May we request you to come back in queue for follow-up questions? Thank you. The next question is from the line of Supriya Madhya from East India Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Just I wanted to understand when we are in this business and now we are moving into the injection molding and having all the major OEMs in our client portfolio. Just wanted to understand what would be our market share in supplying in this and how the business is. Most of the companies outsource all these parts to the ancillaries companies like us, or the couple of parts is also done by them. By themselves? That is my first question. And if that is the case, that if it is getting outsourced for most of the parts, like what the business we are present in, who would be our immediate competitor?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for your question. Now, in terms of the competition, there are different players who are competing in the different segments. Like in the injection molded parts, the competition comes from companies like Krishna Maruti, Machino Plastics, Motherson also does this work, and so on and so forth. And in the sealing side, there is competition coming in from companies like Cooper Standard, Anand Nishikawa, then TG, and this BSL Innovac, etc.
Okay, sir, and about the market share part?
Yeah, in terms of the market share, we try to give this statistic that our automotive sealing parts are actually being used in about 70% of the cars being made in the country. So that, I guess, will give you some idea. On the injection molding side, our market share would be lower because there our presence, because the injection molding business per car is also quite significant, and the number of parts in the injection molding are quite significant. So our major business given by the number of parts is with Honda. With Maruti now it is on the rise. So to that extent, our market share in this particular segment is accordingly lower.
Okay. Sir, and one question I just wanted to understand. We are in the EBITDA margin in the range of around 19 to 20%. Continuously we are maintaining in that range. Just one question. When we are the ancillaries, how we are allowed to earn so much good margin which even the OEMs don't earn?
So, ma'am, basically, our approach has been to basically create value for our customer and support the customer in achieving their objectives, and in the process also maintain good financial position for ourselves. So we have basically been focusing very strongly in improving the internals and bringing in efficiencies. So if you do a comparative of PPAP with the competition, you will find that we score above them on largely all the fronts. And this is when the price is not being determined by, say, PPAP or anyone. Now the price is market determined. So, the way we have, tried to kind of have a solution-centric approach, then integrated operation, and continuous focus on bringing in efficiencies is helping us, at one end keep the customer, at the other end be also profitable.
Are we in a position to pass on the rise in the prices, raw material prices, or the rise in the cost to the customers, or the contract when the company gives the contract for a particular product or for the monthly basis, the prices are determined without any...
So, it is a mix of all of what you said. So there is a fair amount of business where the price incorporates the raw material price on a monthly basis, and there are cases where that does not happen. So where the price is not a direct pass-through or an automatic pass-through, we are able to make a submission to the customer upon some at times, when the things just completely go out of hand. So yes, we are able to then in that case it happens on a case-to-case basis.
So in totality, how much...
I'm sorry to interrupt. May we request you to come back in queue for follow-up questions? Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nilchen from Prithvi Finman. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. I would have a couple of questions. First of all, I don't know what is the current capacity in the overall plant, as we are currently doing 80 to 85% of our utilization capacity, and our revenue guidance of growth is around more than industry, say around 15% going forward. So to understand means if you are doing capex, means how much capacity addition we are targeting going forward in the next 2 to 3 years down the line. And my second question is regarding the JV. Means the JV, you want to understand which clients do we cater to in the JV, and do we have any target growth or margin that we want to maintain that JV?
Okay, to answer your first question regarding the capacity, basically the nature of work that we are engaged in is, we have certain critical machines or lines which are fungible and which are able to move from one part to the other. That is, I can do a variety of parts on each of the machines or the line.
Okay.
And now, depending upon the kind of customer request and the customer orders that we get, we basically tweak our production planning and service the customer. Now, so in terms of capacity, depending upon each line or each plant, the numbers will vary. So that's why we are giving you at a kind of a global level. So the capacity utilization on the automotive sealing side, there is a good scope available. On the injection side, it will be a little higher capacity utilization, but there also we are able to, if on a case-to-case basis, if we have any bottleneck, so then we are able to kind of understand that based on the customer orders that we have, the forecast that we have, and we are able to take corrective action. So which could be at times ordering a specific machine or taking care of this bottleneck. So that is how we are able to meet our requirements in terms of the capacity. In terms of the JV, in JV we are working with all the marquee customers in the country, that is Maruti, Honda, Toyota, Suzuki. So we are there working with them.
Okay. On the capacity side, in the current year we are doing capacity of say 30,000, including the maintenance capex. So on what regards is that capex? The sealing systems or injection molding?
Can you repeat your question? There is some disturbance I'm getting at the back.
From the background, there's a lot of disturbance.
Wait a second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's significantly better now. So can you please repeat your question?
Yeah, I'm regarding that 30 crores capacity planned in financial 19. So for which segment it is, automotive sealing or injection molding?
No, it has two components. One was a project component, which has gone towards the Gujarat plant that we are setting up. That has got commissioned. So close to 12 odd crores has gone there. And the balance has gone towards across the plants. towards a variety of additions and maintenance capex that has been done.
Okay, yeah. Thanks a lot for the questions.
Thank you.
The next question is from the line of Shashank Palan from Rockstud Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good set of numbers, sir. I just want clarifications on two things. One, that you had mentioned that there is a subsidy that we have received Q2 that is near about 5 crores, and 1 crore is a normal one that we're going to receive. So if I come to the sum that near about 4 crores is one time, so that would change the whole result that we've received, and wouldn't we at a lower performance then compared to YOY basis or QOQ? Hello?
Yeah, absolutely. You are totally correct. If you see, because 4 crores you could assume is on a one-off side, because this the subsidy, the nature of the subsidy is the same. It is only that in this quarter the amount for the previous quarters has been booked because it was only received now. Okay, and going forward, on a quarterly basis, the income will be received.
Okay, sir.
So, yes, absolutely. So, the numbers, when compared to the previous quarters, will reflect the reality as it is today.
Okay. And sir, other thing that in the update that you mentioned that we are working on 23 new models which will be coming in the next 2 years. So
correct.
Can you give some light on that? So just I wanted to understand that what is the percentage of the particular today if we supply to a particular vehicle, what is the percentage of the products that we supply, and going forward do we see there is an increase or something?
So we didn't understand your question. Percentage of what?
Yeah.
So for example, if today the vehicle cost is near about 6 lakhs, okay, and we are supplying to near about 10,000 rupees worth of product of that particular vehicle. So now we are working on the new models that are going to come in the next 2 years. Do you think this 10,000 amount will increase to 12,000 or 13,000, or how do you feel is planning out when you're working with OEMs? Did I put my point across clearly? Sorry.
Yeah, see, that is also happening. So, there is a new customer that's coming in, so that's new business. Then on the existing customer, we are trying to get more parts. So, to give you an example, like the new Swift that we started working on, the number of parts that we had in the previous model and the number of parts that we have in the newer model is different. So, to that extent, our business per car has also increased. So, it includes all elements.
Okay, so I just wanted to understand that how the growth will span out for next 2 to 3 years. I definitely understand that you don't have any commitment, but do you see further growth in the current? So for example, if the industry is growing at 10, but do you feel what will be the increase in the percentage of per customer share of a particular vehicle, that revenue that you can recognize from a customer? Is that going to be substantial, or is that going to be very less?
Well, like we've been saying since the start of this call, we are continuously focusing on these value-added products. So definitely, our target is to increase per car business for us. That is one of the ways to increase our business with the existing customer. So what we are doing is we are trying to increase per car value for our existing customers by offering them new value-added products and at the same time scouting opportunities for new customers. So this per car increase is an important strategy for our business growth.
But there is no quantum or a definite thing that you could put a number to or something to that?
No, unfortunately, we cannot put a concrete number that this is the number which we want to achieve per car. Because that varies across different customers and different models.
Okay.
But our effort is in that direction.
Okay, but there is no borderline, like a broad number also, like 5%, 10%, that is the particular, like 2% of the revenue, 3% of the revenues are going to be from value-added incremental revenue.
See, with the OEMs in the automotive industry, it doesn't work like that. So it's a combination of what you can offer as a complete solution to the customer. If you are able to offer him a value-added, a cost-competitive, a design-oriented and engineering capability you can showcase to him, then he can give you the business. And to get all these new businesses, it takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of time, because you have to develop a lot of capabilities in-house before you approach a customer for new business. So there's no target as such that we want to be 5% or 7%, but we will definitely focus on offering more products to the customer.
And another input that we have shared with you is that when we analyze the revenue that has been created, that was received in this quarter, 21% of this revenue is from the models that have been launched in the last 1 year.
Okay.
So I think that maybe it helps you in understanding.
Done, sir. Yeah, that is something. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The next question is from the line of Vishal Jaju from Tata Investments. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Q2, we saw a lot of volatility and especially impact on the raw material side. Exactly with all our customers, we have got 100% pass-through, sir?
No, Vishalji. Good afternoon. We have forex pass-through with all the customers.
Okay.
In terms of the raw material cost, it is segment specific, product specific, model specific. So there is no partly it is pass-through, partly it is not.
Okay. So what I'm trying to ask is that there is some amount of cost escalation on the raw material side that has happened. So, this thing. And there is also Forex which has impacted. Now, as you mentioned about the Forex, now with regard to raw material, have we approached the customers with regard to request for some price hikes?
Yeah, Forex increase is automatic adjustment with a lag of about 1 quarter, or sometimes it extends up to 2 quarters, but it is an automatic adjustment which happens on the Forex side.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Due to time constraints, that was the last question. I now hand the conference over to the management for their closing comments. So any closing comments?
Yeah. Thank you, Ali, and thank you, Priya, from Concept for organizing this conference call. I would like to pay my sincere gratitude to all my analyst and investor friends who have taken time out of their busy schedules to listen to us today. We believe there are a lot of questions that have been left unanswered, and we would be more than happy if you can engage with Concept, or you can engage with us in case you need any more clarifications. We would be very happy to welcome you to our facilities in the NCR or any other region. We are very interested in showing you the kind of efforts that are being done to achieve these results. So please engage with us in case you have any further query, and thank you so much for today. Thank you.
Thank you all for being the part of this conference call. If you need any further information or clarification, please email at priya@conceptpr.com. Ladies and gentlemen,